Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Pro commentary done by Luminous. It's been 17 years, so it's time for me to upload another replay. And this is Mineski versus Fnatic. So last time I talked about Mineski, so I'm not going to talk too much about them. Only to remind you guys that they are the best team in C at the moment. They are hot, they've been winning a ton of different qualifiers. And speaking of qualifier, this is going to be the AMD Sapphire DotaPit qualifier. We are currently in the grand finals where Mineski, this is game 4 by the way, where Mineski, if you look at here, they have won 2 games and Fnatic has won only 1. So they only need to win 1 more and they'll earn the qualifier spot. Whereas Fnatic has to win this one and the next one to win the qualifier. Now for Fnatic, if you look at the players here, we got Eternal MV, DJ, Excalibur, Pylai Die, and Ohio. So this is kind of like a mix and match of NA, Europe, C. And the crazy thing about this Fnatic lineup is I believe every single player here has played in a TI. Even Excalibur, I think he played that one TI where Era had like medical problem and he replaced Era for the old Fnatic where it was like No Tell Fly and and Trixie and stuff, yeah.
5 seconds
pretty sure Excalibur played in that TI. But in any case, Fnatic, despite having all these big names, they haven't really doing like the greatest. I mean, they are in the finals of this tournament, but I think a lot of fans expected them to be winning these qualifiers. And so far they haven't really been winning any qualifiers just yet. This is my first personal replay of casting Fnatic, so I do apologize if I don't know too much about their like nuances and playstyle, but I'm here to learn. And hopefully could dissect some of the stuff for you guys. But to quickly run down the Fnatic roster, we got my boy Jackie Mao playing the 1 position. Excalibur, which is a... Well, back in the day, he was a Tinker specialist. He was a Tiny specialist, playing the mid position. And then on number 3, of course, we have Ohio, back in TI3 Orange, remember, with Mushi, Extinct, Net. Very, very close at... I think he finished top 4 there. Yeah, did very well on that TI. And then we got on position 4, we got DJ. Really reminds me of Ninja Boogie when it comes to playstyle, but a very, very solid 4. And my boy, Pylai Die, or Die. One of the best Rubik player out there, one of the best bounty hunter players out there. It looks like he is going to be playing Rubik. One of my favorite heroes, so going to be on the lookout. And that's the roster. So it's going to be MV drafting, it's going to be MV captaining, so you could expect some crazy game. And I just can't wait for this game to unfold. I mean, Jackie and I wouldn't say we're like best buddies, but I just personally love casting his games, watching his game. When he played for various iterations of Cloud9, that was my favorite team to watch and cast. And we'll see if that love will be transferred over to Fnatic. So let's actually get into the draft here. We got Lich, Monkey King, Kunkka, and Mirana here for Mineski. So as of late, we've been seeing a lot of position 1 Mirana. It's a core that doesn't come online till like 25-35 minutes in the game, where you get at least 2 to 3 items. She really becomes a big threat once she finishes the butterfly, which I believe is what we saw out of Nana or Moon last time playing it. So we'll see if he's going to be playing it here again today. And then Monkey King, some teams have been playing him in the safe lane position, some teams have been playing him in the off lane position, but you generally want to pair him up or lane him against a melee core. So in this example, I think you want to lane him against Terrorblade. Now Terrorblade is going to be a very dangerous laning opponent in the sense that once he pops a metamorphosis, that Monkey King needs to back off for a while. And kind of compare Monkey King to Queen of Pain, for example, in the mid lane, where a lot of her power comes in from her lane dominance. So if Monkey King can't be dominating something in lane or isn't dominating something in lane, then, you know, the pick isn't really justified. Whereas if we look over to the Fnatic draft, we got the Nyx Assassin. This is one of Ohio's best heroes. Been playing this hero since the dawn of time. Really knows how to keep up his farm despite constantly being off the map and providing information and reconnaissance. Actually, never mind. I was like finishing my point over to Nyx Assassin and I just look over to the next hero and it's like Bat Rider. It's like, okay, that's probably the offlane hero. Excuse me. Nyx Assassin is going to be played as a 4 position because Rubik going to be played as a 5. So Terrorblade obviously a 1 position hero with DC Raven going to town with that hero despite their loss. in that previous replay commentary I did. And it looks like both teams needing a mid. Now Mirana can mid, although I mean Mirana mid is like pretty passive. She doesn't really win any lanes unless you get a lucky arrow kill. She does lane okay because Sacred Arrow could just one-shot range creeps, so you will never get your range creep denied, which is actually a pretty big deal. But I think most teams these days have been putting Mirana in the safe lane instead. So that's where I'll be expecting Mirana to be. But of course, she does have the laning versatility to be placed everywhere. This is going to be a fairly long replay commentary, so I kept a full bottle of water next to me, and I hope you guys have a little bit of snack next to you as well, because this is going to be a long one. The replay was like 80 minutes long. That's not including any pause time in between, any, like, well, the draft that you're watching right now, and all the other jazz. So, should be a good one. And of course, again, to remind you guys, this is a very important match. Fnatic is in a do or die situation for the DotaPit qualifier. So if they lose this one, they are out of the event. And then, of course, Mineski qualifies.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Fnatic use a lot of their final timers, so they are expecting Mirana to be the mid laner, as Envy takes out the Juggernaut as a safe lane carry. Juggernaut is a pretty interesting one because I think Juggernaut doesn't matches up that well against Terrorblade. I think the Juggernaut ban is mostly to protect Ohio because obviously Spike Carapace cannot be used to defend yourself against Blade Fury. Alright, we're gonna see Excalibur playing that Lina. Gives him a nice bit of burst damage. One of the better ways to deal with Monkey King. I mean, if you look at what Fnatic's got against Monkey King currently, they got a lot. They got the Firefly to scout over tree lines, so he can't really be annoying and jump over trees and stuff like that. They have Flame Break to push him out of his Wukong command. Of course, you have the magical burst of Lina to take him out of the Wukong command as well, or just kill him. And lastly, I really like what Fnatic's got between Terrorblade and Lina. They have some really long range late game siege when it comes to tower pushing. So if the game goes late enough, I think Fnatic should have the advantage, unless Mineski picks some crazy late game core. I also want to quickly explain this interaction between Batrider and Kunkka. What Kunkka can do is that when you see Batrider jumps in, and let's say grab the Mirana, you could X Mirana and quickly recall her back with the X return, and that'll break the lasso. So you do see a lot of 4 position Kunkka player kind of pretending themselves that they're playing things like Oracle or Disruptor or something that could save. And Kunkka's gonna be good here. Ooh, speaking of save, they'll pick up a Legion Commander as well to be the save. Press the attack is gonna be a good way to break people out of the lasso. So right from the get-go, this is a very interesting kind of hero to player switcheroo, or distribution rather. Moon, normally their position 1 player, is playing LC, and Monkey King is played by Ice. So as I mentioned earlier, Monkey King has been played as a 1. Of course he could be played as a 3, but LC is predominantly only played as a 3. So I wonder if we're going to see a swap here, or are we actually going to see a 1 position LC and a position 3 Monkey King. And of course that's going to leave Mushi on that mid Mirana against Excalibur's Lina. I think that's a terrible matchup for Mushi. Yeah, you could, arrow range creep so you don't get that denied, but what the hell are you going to do when Dragon Slave come non-stop? And that's exactly what's going to happen in mid lane. I think that's a pretty bad matchup for Mushi, but we'll see how he's going to handle the lane. And then I also don't think the lane here is the greatest for the Monkey King, because, I mean, in a strictly 1v1, I think Monkey King does okay against Terrorblade, but once you add the Rubik into that equation, I think Monkey King's going to have a hard time. This makes me think that Lich is going to be paired with Monkey King. They're going to, like, duel off lane. And that might explain the reason why we see LC being picked as a safe lane carry. Imagine if they pick something like Anti-Mage or a Spectre, something that needs a lot of babysitting. That means that the Lich has to be there in the safe lane to help them. But they picked up LC, which is a fine hero to be on her own. So that frees up the Lich to go top. Hopefully you guys kind of follow up my logic there. And we'll see if that's exactly what Mineski ends up doing. Ninja Boogie will put out immediately and drop a couple of wards, but looks like 2 smokes will break off of each other. Pylite Die high ground Vander lifts them back and gets a couple of hits off. I don't think these hits will actually matter at all. If Ninja Boogie really cares, he could walk all the way back to the fountain. He most likely will sit here to, you know, use the sacrifice anyways. Meanwhile, it looks like Jabs walked up and placed a ward here. Envy is pinging the bejesus out of this area. Now, this is actually a rather uncommon ward spot. Most players like ward over here. So we'll see if the sentry will hit or miss. No, it will hit. Probably give it to Excalibur so he gets the extra 100 gold. Yes, he does. Good start. Excalibur, in fact, moved all the way over here to get that deny. And now they are moving to the right side to get that rune. So, we'll see what their lane is. It seems like Ninja Boogie is going to be hanging out top. He's going to just eat a tango. And it is going to be a dual off lane that I mentioned with the Lich and Monkey King. Is Jab's going to go for a heroic Torrent? Torrent's going to fly out, and he's... Okay. I gotta learn that... Can we just watch that again one more time? We're doing a replay cast. We do this. I want to know precisely when he throws out the Torrent, because that seems like cheesy as hell.
The battle begins.
When it hits 2, you just throw the Torrent, and you just walk straight in. Alright, seems good. That is something I'll learn for myself. Looks like Envy is actually blocking for Excalibur. Okay. Meanwhile, Pylite Die is blocking the bottom lane. So, oh, one last thing I didn't explain or talk about is that Overwhelming Odds does do extra damage to illusion heroes, or rather illusions. So, I mean, the LC Pig is actually really good, right? It does a lot of important things. First, it gives them that laning situation that I mentioned, where you could send the Lich up top to help the Monkey King. Second, it gives you press the attack to help against the lasso. And third, Overwhelming Odds is going to be a pretty good spell. Although, right now, he's having a lot of trouble as Metamorphosis is turned on, and he is going to try to juke left and right. He won't die or anything because of the South Shield, but he is going to take quite a bit of damage. Ohio in a 1v2 situation, and Ice, despite having 6 stacks on him, decides to trade hit. If DJ hits that stun, this could be a first blood. Easiest stun of his life. A couple more right clicks, and first blood. Ohio will taunt as that is it Manatee? It's called Manatee, right? Flips over that shows his belly. Good stuff. Uh-oh. Nana, what are you doing? You're kind of... Alright. That was a little weird. I think they were looking for Rubik, and Rubik just poured it out. I was wondering why the hell they were just in the tree lines dancing it up. And finally, looking in the mid lane here, Mushi having a relatively slow start, and that's to be expected because Mushi doesn't have Dragon Slave to CS with, whereas Excalibur will CS and harass at the same time. Sometimes you see Lina players go for a 1-1-1 build by level 3 if they could feel like there's some sort of solo kill potential. But looks like he is just looking to just out farm, out CS. And against Mirana, who has Leap, probably more reliable to actually go for the LCS game plan instead of going for the killing game plan.
Gold from my chest.
Oh, it looks like Jabs took this bounty rune at minute 2 as well. And Jab's been on point. Took the minute 1 bounty rune. Took 2 more bounty runes just now. Still only level 1 despite all the bounty runes. But definitely effective. As a position 4 player, that is kind of your job. You fight for runes, give information, come in for harass, and maybe set up a kill. Speaking of which, DJ looks like he was also doing a little bit of roaming to perhaps set up a kill. But good try here by Japs, looking to Torrent to catch the creeps so the pull doesn't happen. Sorry for missing that kill. We could go back in time. Looks like we just impale, and yeah, just a couple right clicks. Ice not respecting the Batrider napalm stacks. I mean, it's one thing to be playing aggressive as Monkey King. That's kind of what you have to do. But he didn't even have a magic stick. And I'm surprised that he even bought boots before getting the magic stick. Because I think getting magic stick in this lane, I mean, it's against a Batrider lane, so it definitely makes sense. But I won't question Darrow because he is, you know, one of the best off-lane players in the world. I do just find it interesting that, you know, that wasn't his choice. Now, Port's on the mid lane to set up a gank, but not gonna find it. Monkey King is wasting a ton of his time to do all of this. He's gonna probably wait for the 4-minute rune and then go back to the top lane. Speaking of 4-minute runes, is Jabs gonna take this one. Jabs, the hunter of runes, walks away. Impale's gonna miss. Everything misses. DJ will snipe that rune. And now Jabs will just port home. Mushi, though, will take a rune himself. Gets a haste. Alright, so he could actually... Never mind about, like, landing an arrow. You could just pop your haste and just, like, follow the Lina and right-click her down. Lina has very, very low armor, but I guess the tower armor aura gives her a little bit more. Excalibur now has already clicked on Mushi and identified that there is a haste, so he's going to play relatively safe. Seems like Excalibur is actually getting outlaned in a, well, advantageous matchup that he has. Port happening up top here. Nana back in, and looks like maybe they're thinking about setting up a kill. A 1-2-2 build. Pretty interesting. I haven't seen that one before. So from Fnatic's perspective, they're thinking, oh, it's just a lane switch. But it's going to be a full gank coming this way. Now, the problem with this gank is that when you use your Primal Spring, the sound will be played. Ooh, and yeah, Ohio knows, right? He just napalm over the tree lines. And Ice. Sees absolutely no opportunities and just ports out. So it looks like a lane switch has been forced out because Monkey King was just struggling up top. But is he going to do a little bit better in this lane? I mean, right now he is because Metamorphosis is down, but as soon as Metamorphosis is back up, I'm pretty sure Pylai Dai will move into the bottom lane and just push Ice out of the lane. Here comes the supports. Ice. Jumps over the tree line, but Ohio comes in. Napalm, they see him. Flame Break pushes him right down. He jumps up again. Jumps to the left side, but they lift him back. Impale's gonna hit, and the right clicks will commence. Good catch here by Ohio. Good TP by Ohio. And with this really fresh Metamorphosis and the siege unit, it's actually really, really good timing here by Fnatic. They're able to be able to actually pressure this tower quite a bit. There is a Frost Armor on this tier 1 building, which is actually going to take a lot of damage away from the Terrorblade, given the attack speed slow. In fact, I think this tier 1 is going to be absolutely fine. Or maybe not. The Frost Armor is about to wear out, and Ohio's doing a very good job zoning the Lich away to prevent another, you know, Frost Armor to be cast on a tower. Looks like the tower is going to go down. X-Torrent's going to fly out. X-Torrent not going to connect. Primal Spring's going to fly in. And now Ohio, down to about half HP. Ohio looks like he is going to be dead. Ice, losing a lot of his HP. A defensive Sunder coming out here from Eternal Envy. And with the 3 to 4 stack of fire, or Napalm rather, Ohio takes him down. What a Sunder play from Terrorblade. And Jackie takes down the building. Did he get the last hit? Alright, he didn't get the last hit. So, can't give Jackie Mao too much credit, but that was a pretty sweet play. All the meanwhile, we have a true 1v1 on the mid lane, and Mushi is winning the lane. Looks like he's been dutifully airing some neutral creeps as well to supplement his farm. But hey, why not? That's, you know, what the hero's good for. Moon or Nana getting that level 6. I mean, the CS differential is like about exactly the same, so there's not really too much to show for. Alright, Moon. Looking for the phase boots. He can have some solo kill opportunities, especially if DJ is... Oh, LSA. Laguna Play doesn't have the mana. Now he has it. And bang, he's dead. Had to bottle throughout that kill.
The prize is mine.
Good stuff, good stuff. DJ not close to level 6, and Excalibur will just sit in the lane and farm away. Meanwhile, they're giving Paladai the mid experience as well. Let's see, when Pi gets to level 6, what can he steal? Obviously, press the attack is absolutely amazing. If he could somehow get sacrificed from Ninja Boogie, him, you know, just using it to get experience for himself would be pretty good. Bow is always a great steal. X, it's like pretty nice. There's not any one like super amazing spell that Pilot I could steal. What can be very funny is if Pi steals Tree Dance, so he could be hopping over the tree lines as well. Not necessarily a great Rubik game in terms of spells you could get, and also in terms of the heroes you're against. Rubik doesn't really like heroes that are, you know, up its face, and heroes like LC and Mirana can gap close quite easily. Alright, DJ is trying really hard. Arrow's gonna fly in, but not gonna hit. Oh, we got a very slow game, but Fnatic doing everything correct. They killed the safe lane tower, they pushed away, and now Ice can't fly. Balance Strike's gonna come out. Can they pop off a reflection? No reflection just yet here from Envy. Normally you pick a point into reflection if you have some kind of lane killing opportunity, or if you're in a 1v1. But looks like Envy is leveling up the Conjure image, in fact maxing the Conjure image to speed up his farming and jungling capability. If this is the build that Envy has went for, you know, I won't question it, because he is one of the best Terrorblade players in the world, and he definitely knows a thing or two about efficiency. Primal Spring coming down here, Envy. We'll start getting the Jingu Mastery stacked on him. That is 4 stack. I don't know if you want to take the fight after the 4 stack. Ohio thinks about coming in here with the lasso, but they have pressed the attack, so can't really fight with the LC nearby. A lot of back and forth, but triple core here for Fnatic. I think what they are looking for is to push with a siege unit. That's the one thing that I've noticed about MV teams. When he played with Aoi and Aoi was playing a ton of Enchantress, they always push with siege units. However, the siege unit push is not going to be the case. So they have to back it up. MV will port to top immediately and go for farm. So I think the standard item build here for Terrorblade should be the Dragonlance into Pike. Or maybe not into a straight Pike, but Dragonlance as a first, like an actual value item. Speaking of Dragonlance, looks like Mushi has picked one up for himself. Now that's a little bit interesting to see, because you see more commonly Mirana picking up Maelstrom to supplement the farm, or sometimes even Mask of Madness. Hold that thought. On the bottom lane, looks like Ice got the 3-man gangbang against him. And Fnatic picks up yet another kill. It's 0-6 here in favor of Fnatic. I did mention that Mineski is the red hot team in C, but in this game, Fnatic seemingly getting their number. But if you got a first gank coming in, this is going to be a big one. Nice arrow, Torrent, Boat's going to come in. Can he get off the Sunder? No, he cannot. Perfect chain stun coming out from Mineski. They are going to Moonlight Shadow to cover the retreat, and Ohio does not have a dust. And neither does DJ, so. Good clean kill and good retreat here. Alright, so I got a couple of concerns here for Fnatic so far. First of all, Ice is very, very underfarmed. A lot of times when you see Monkey King rolling away with a game, it's because he has a good laning stage. Monkey King, like in terms of his flash farm capability, Primal Spring isn't terrible. Like, you know, he could do stuff like that. It's just that, for whatever reason, like Monkey King needs at least 2 to 3 items after the laning stage to be super effective in both team fights and like ganks. And ideally, you want to finish like one of those items in the lanes. So think of, let's say, Echo Saber, or sometimes you can see like half a Battle Fury finish. But right now, Ice, because he's done so poorly in the lane stage, he's got his team's his team has 6 staff and he's got 5 of them. So I kind of doubt that he's going to be able to play the catch up. So he kind of has to play a 4th position Monkey King from this point on, which is kind of what we saw out of Boboka for IG, which is, you know, you farm a lot less, and your job is to jump around and scout for your team. Which is obviously not a good position to be in as a core player, but I'm not sure what options he has. Looks like Ohio, despite his beautiful... Oh, Ohio got stuck in the trees. That's a little bit awkward. DJ missing the impale as well. Okay. I was gonna say Ohio's blink timing is very slow. Normally you have Soul Ring Tranquil blink by 11:30, 12 minutes in. But despite his great score, which is 3-0 and 2, I guess he must have not actually gotten a lot of CS in the lane. Because those, you know, insane timing that I mentioned with the Batrider, like 11-minute blink, it's more coming from 1v1 position or 1v1 lane setups, which he didn't have. He, you know, got lane against. But the game is really slow, so he has enough time to pick up a still relatively early blink. And it looks like they're gonna try to set up a kill, but good Sentry Ward placement. And DJ will get sniffed out. Highlight Eye comes in. Torrent is gonna get stolen. And Pi sticking really close to enemies. And here comes Ohio. Are they gonna go for the Kunkka? I think they should go for the Kunkka. Kunkka is a free kill. Well, maybe not. Maybe they have to go for Moon. They're gonna drag Moon. Where's the X? X gonna cancel the lasso immediately, but that's gonna be enough to set up the multiple stuns and nukes. That's gonna be 1 kill. Mineski all TPs out. I mean, you can see like how tough it is for Ohio to actually get off that initiation, right? Between like Kunkka and the LC, they have just too many reliable ways to break that lasso. And as a result, that lasso was essentially just a mini stun. Ooh, I like this out of Ice Ice Ice. I kind of mentioned that Monkey King has trouble farming in the mid game. He goes up for a catch-up Midas. I mean, it's going to be one of the latest Midas in the game. But that's the whole point of catch-up Midas, right? You didn't have a good lane, and it will supplement your farm. Ninja Boogie smoke breaks, but ooh, the trap's gonna get springed to Ohio. Huge miss coming out. The Chain Frost's gonna fly through, and the Chain Frost is bouncing DJ in a lot of trouble. It'll bounce back one more time. Ninja Boogie. Chain Frost doing a lot of work. Curious to see how much damage that Lich did. Look at this bar. Did almost 1,000 damage.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So despite the big lead that Fnatic has in terms of the hero kills, the net worth is relatively close. Alright, Envy, instead of going for that the attack range item, going for Yasha and Mask of Madness instead. Now, Envy is a big fan of Mask of Madness. He used to buy Mask of Madness before it got this, like, right now everyone buys Mask of Madness, so it's not like too much of a talking point, but he used to buy this item when like nobody bought it, when it wasn't as efficient. But obviously it definitely helps you farm very rapidly. People always think about it's just about the attack speed when it comes to MOM, but a very underrated part of it is just able to move from camp to camp much quicker. That's why Anti-Mage is one of the fastest farmer in the game, because he can just blink. But nice solo stacking, and now clears up the account. Holy shit, Terrorblade hits hard. Alright, MOM's finished, and he's gonna go straight into a BKB and Diffusal Blade. Okay. Well, that makes it easy for me if Envy's gonna queue up all of his item choice. Ohio in the tree as per usual. Looks like he is stuck again, but does a Blink and Firefly to get him out. Fnatic's grouped up here looking for a single person to make this defense, but Mineski, wise to the tricks, shows up as all 5, expecting a team fight to come out. I mean, from both teams' perspective, right? too many heroes missing off the map. Ice is the only hero here showing,
Radiant's middle tower
and Envy is only,
under
well,
attack.
showing an illusion top, so he's technically missing as well. Looks like Fnatic will do a fake back and re-smoke right up. They ping out Ice. They want him dead. It looks like the rotation is going to come through from the shrine. Ooh, they'll see Ninja Boogie. Ninja Boogie is going to break the smoke, but that's only a 5 position player. They need a little bit more. Ninja Boogie will be the first one to drop. Can they get a little bit more? Ice. Looking to jump away. He does jump away, but I think they see him. He now jumps to the left side. Impale. Should be still follow up. Meanwhile, on the right side, looks like I've heard an X going off. That's going to be on the Batrider. The boat's going to come through as well. Batrider is going to give up a duel. So not a great trade here for Fnatic. They got they got a Lich. And they lost a core and dual damage. DJ missing out on his Spike Carapace. Nice X-Torn to follow things up, and that's going to be a secondary kill. He did fly his Blink Dagger before dying, but Mineski coming right back in this game. In fact, it's going to be a Mineski lead now after 20 minutes of gameplay, despite the great start that Fnatic had. They still want to fight. They know that boat's down. They know that duel's down. Or they definitely want to defend this tower. Ooh. Highlight that steals himself, press the attack. That is one of the most amazing spells that he could steal this game. Doesn't have to really worry about duel anymore. X marks a spot, cannot be press the attack off, so that still is annoying. And it looks like they're going to just smoke right up. I think they want to show off this new Blink Dagger that DJ has. They might be expecting a Blink Bat. Oh, I really like this. So, Ohio shows himself mid. He's like, hey guys, I'm not ganking you guys, I'm just farming. And meanwhile, because you imagine if there's a smoke gank, the Batrider should be part of it, right? Ooh, this is a classic Cloud9 Envy move. Smokes right into the pit. They got the press the attack speed as well. And look at how, oh my god, Mask of Madness, press the attack. Hello, are you kidding me? Roshan goes down to half HP in about 10 seconds. Highlight died tanking the Rosh. And they should have pressed the attack. And that's going to be ages. When you could get away with something like this 20 minutes in the game, that's crazy. I hope I don't sound too much like an MV fanboy, but really like the way that he's playing. It seems like so far, every time he used the Metamorphosis, he's got himself like some big advantage. So for example, when he used the meta there, took a, well, basically farmed this whole camp like twice. And then finished like a key item. When he used the Metamorphosis bottom, took a tier 1 tower, and we saw the Metamorphosis used there for a Roche. So it's just like a lot of influx of income. It looks like we're going to see a little bit of chain set here for Moon, but they got the boat flying in. In fact, double press the attack. Duel's going to fly out, and duel victory shall be had. Winner for Nana. It's kind of interesting to see that Fnatic going for that kill. I guess Excalibur didn't even throw his spells, and maybe with his spells, it was going to be possible. But as soon as they saw the boat buff onto Moon, they should have realized that there's no way to get the kill. And yeah, like Excalibur doesn't even waste his mana on the nukes. And Mineski will get themselves. Yeah, another duel victory. Ooh, okay. The mech's going to come through, and Moon just like armlet turns on. It's going to be super tanky. Power's gonna go down. Checking out on Mirana's farm. Mushi's been relatively silent in this Go game. Hasn't really participated in too much kills. The only one kill he's got, it was against Envy when he was farming the jungle. And he's been very, very solid and quietly farming. In fact, he's keeping up his net worth against Terrorblade, who has done nothing but farming, which is, I guess, sort of what Mushi's doing. But you don't expect a hero like Mirana to be able to flash farm, or rather keep up with a very efficient farmer like Terrorblade, who's gone for the Mask of Madness. Mushi going for Maelstrom as a second item definitely helps out. And I like this choice, Linken's as a third item. I think it's totally okay to go for Linken here. You want to just keep yourself alive, keep yourself farming. And of course there is Telekinesis, there's Yule Scepter, and of course the Flaming Lasso that the Linken's going to be great against. So, good Linken's game. Well, this is definitely a very different pacing of a game compared to the last one that we saw. I think the last one we saw was like team fight everywhere, but this is a relatively slow one. 23 minutes in, only 14 kills. But I just feel like both of these teams, it's like America versus Soviet Union during the Cold War, right? Both teams are just like slowing down, stockpiling up. And it looks like they're gonna see Moon farming by himself. Envy's gonna pop the Metamorphosis immediately. Pops a BKB as well. They use up the Lina, missing the LSA, but the Laguna Blade will clean up. Unfortunately, they don't have anything else to actually close out the kill, and that was like 10-second BKB used by Envy. They smoked with that as well, thinking that they could get a lot more. They will get the tier 1 tower, so that's actually pretty good. Question is, can they get the tier 2? I think so. They still have press the attack on Pylai. It looks like he has restolen it. I think the last time he had it was only a level 2, but now it's going to be a level 4 one. And the Lich is dead, so no frost armor on this building. And yep, press the attack. Yule Scepter, Blink, Impale. They're stacking the stuns a little bit. Nice defensive nuke coming out here from Ice. Excalibur needs to get himself out of there. Meanwhile, Envy focusing on the building. They will get it one last hit. Lina caught in the middle of the Wukong command. Really in a lot of trouble. Torn's gonna hit as well. Excalibur, no! Just walks out of it. Nice diffusal blade coming out from Ice. The Blink tool in the very last second. They pick up the damage. Highlight that will pour it out. Whew. Wow, that was a clutch poor DJ. Walks away into the cover of his own sentry. He knows he's safe. Another sentry gets dropped, so he should know where he can't walk anymore. So, in terms of the objective, Fnatic got... Ooh, nice pick off here by DJ. So, in terms of the objective, like, Fnatic got a lot, right? They got a tier 1 and then a tier 2. Normally, you'd never see those kind of push these days. But in terms of hero kills, you know, they traded a 10-second BKB for a Lich, and they lost the Aegis and Lina. I guess luckily for her, I think the Bloodstone was picked up after she died, so didn't lose any Bloodstone charges, but still. You expect a 10-second showing of a BKB to do a little bit more. And they initiated on Moon, but they couldn't get the kill because Moon was on high ground and Envy Metamorphosis on the low ground, so he was missing a little bit uphill. And I think he switched target on Kunkka, but couldn't get the Kunkka kill either. So it was just a little bit of awkward fight for Fnatic. And now top lane.
Dire are scanning.
Looks like they're going to just backdoor this tower. That's something that you could do as a Terrorblade.
Radiant's top tower.
Your illusions are going to be tanky enough. You pop the MOM, and you go to town.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Ooh, they know the Bat Rider. Bat Rider is going to try to jump away. Blink Lasso is available. No, Blink on cooldown, excuse me. And of course, Jabs is there to defend as well. Jabs going for a mech. I haven't pointed out. I wonder what the mech is really for. Normally you see Kunkka going for more of a carry build, like you see Shadowblade, you see Armlet and stuff like that. Arrow flies in, Ohio. In the tree line here, we'll find out Jabs. Now keep in mind that if you're the Bat Rider, you can only initiate against LC or Kunkka, provided that they're not next to each other. If they're next to each other, you can't initiate on anybody. Looks like all of Mineski converging to defend this tier 2. Envy finishing yet another item. Jesus Christ, Envy's farm is insane. Diffusal Blade coming right out. I mean, I say Envy's farm's insane, like Mushi is kept right next to him. But I guess the item just looks a lot less impressive because you got a Lincoln's in here. Whereas, you know, Envy's got all of this BK, like all of this is damage, so it's like crazy. But Mirana scaling into the late game is almost online. You know, once she finishes Maelstrom, picks up the makings of a butterfly, then she is officially online. Ice has been very silent as well. He has been joining those team fights, has finished a the Hand of Midas I mentioned earlier, and into the Diffusal Blade, and going right into a BKB. Mushi, will he get caught? Pylai die. Walks out. Mushi's gonna leap in a very Unconventional spot. And dodges the 4-man gank.
Arms for the dead.
Uh-oh. Mushi walks around. Impale's gonna miss DJ. You only need to start hitting these impales, but it looks like it doesn't matter as Envy just right-clicks him down with the Mask of Madness. DJ's been missing a lot of these abilities. If Blink Duel's gonna come through, Envy, will he die is the question? No, he won't. And now he sunders DJ, 4 HP. Jab's gonna throw a bolt on top of himself. The Blink spike play by DJ. Okay, he didn't miss that one. Great, well done. Pilot, that looks like he hit a raw torrent as well on the Lich, setting up a triple kill for Excalibur. Alright, Fnatic. Showing, well, they're just coming alive right there. Also, Envy dropping precariously low, but had lifesteal, so kind of just out-tanked the duel. I guess luckily for Mineski, the silver lining is that at least you didn't give Terrorblade dual damage. But Terrorblade, despite the Metamorphosis running out, they got a couple of seconds to hit this tier 3 a little bit. In fact, if they could get this tier 3, that would be absolutely huge for Fnatic. That will open up this shrine, which will make the next Roshan that much easier. And I think Fnatic will stay for this tier 3. They should be able to get it. Torrent gonna fly out. That's Pilai Dice Torrent. Blink Duel's gonna come out. He pops the BKB and the Yules. So right now he's not taking any damage. The bow's not gonna do anything to Envy either. Envy gonna try to walk away now. That Chain Frost doing quite a bit. Meanwhile, we have a Wukong command on the back line. X back here on the Batrider. Batrider. Well, Lina has gone down to Mushi, who has came in, but will Mushi go down for this? Looks like not. On the right side, looks like Lasso has been used, but the Batrider will go down as well.
Perfect.
That was a costly tier 3. They used another critical charge of the BKB. They did lose Lina, so her Bloodstone charges is going to get limited somewhat. But critically, though, they got the tier 3, and which means once the shrine gets taken care of, Roshan gets a lot easier. So look to Envy to start sending illusions here to take down this building. Now keep in mind that the illusion damage to building has been nerfed. So he won't take it down that quickly if he's just using illusions. But it's definitely something that a Terrorblade can do.
The prize is mine.
Pi holding up a tome,
Dire are scanning.
which I find interesting because normally when you see a hero hold up a tome, it's because they have like a experience gain talent. Like for example, Tusk. If you can hold that tome when you get 10, you pick up that 40% experience gain talent. You're going to places. But he's just holding for it. The Grand Magus just wants a book. And Pilai Dai, despite playing a 5 position Rubik, has gotten himself up to a Blink Dagger. These days, Rubik are so poor that they almost always only go for 4 staff. But Pai's been playing well. He's not dying at all. 1-0 and 6. Has boat stolen, looking pretty good. And looks like the Radiant team smoked right back. Blink Duel to start things up. Oh no! Blink right into an LSA! That reminds me of Mind Control back in the TI. He pops the BKB. The arrow's gonna hit on DJ. And on the left side, they grab him out of the Wukong command. Ice. No, had the Wukong command. Now uses it. He's gonna be fine. Envy though in the middle. Doesn't have Metamorphosis. Now pops it. Mushi has leapt in. No, has walked in. Now needs back out. Mushi gonna get caught. Mushi's gonna go down. Stolen Wukong command. That's just a zoner. X Torrent back. And looks like Kunkka will pour out. Huge teamfight victory here, though. Oh, that was so unlucky by Nana. I'm not sure whether you guys remember that play what I was referring to, where I think Mind Control was playing Faceless Void, and he blinked in for like a 3-man chrono, right as Lina was LSA to farm a creep wave. So he blinked in and fed. Exactly like what happened there. So that was super unfortunate for him. And Fnatic wins a big team fight. They will pick up Aegis and Cheese. Cheese going to Terrorblade, which is very interesting. Normally you put the Aegis on Terrorblade. Actually, no, this makes a lot of sense. You don't put the Aegis on Terrorblade because he doesn't come back with Metamorphosis.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
At least I don't think so. I remember he used to not, and then he did for a while, and then they took that away again. They keep changing that one. But I think right now he respawns without Metamorphosis, but I'm not 100% on that.
Top shrine has fallen.
And of course, you want to put the Aegis on Lina so she can protect her Bloodstone charges. Lina also going for a Blink Dagger. Interesting. I thought she might prioritize on getting some armor items, because LC, Mirana, and the Monkey King, they all do physical damage. So I was thinking something like an AC or a Shiva Scar would be really nice. But looks like he just want to be more mobile instead. Looks like after a couple of team fights in a row, Fnatic has really pulled ahead in terms of the net worth. A 1 in a team fight for Roche, a 1 team fight for a tier 3. And the map control is starting to become restricted. Now remember what I said about the Fnatic lineup. They have Lina and Terrorblade. So when it comes to high ground pushing, this team has enough tools to do it relatively safely and relatively quickly as well.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So they're gonna try to sub a gank for Mushi. Ooh, Ohio looking for his old teammate.
Dire's bottom tower
Mushi's
is
gonna
under
leap to the
attack.
right side. They see him. They need to break the Lincolns first. They have to force that for that. The arrow not gonna hit. They have the lasso. And well, they're not even gonna use the lasso. Just gonna keep it there. And there's a kill.
With honor.
Good control there. I think a lot of players would have just used the lasso. But no need to put a spell on cooldown when you can get a kill without it.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Yeah, it looks like Fnatic is really in control. But I don't think they're that far enough, or rather their heroes are that strong enough where Mineski can't win a team fight.
Radiant's
All
bottom
Mineski
shrine
really
has
need is to
fallen.
do a really good counter initiation move, right? You have the Bat Rider jump in and you just break his lasso, whether it's Xing your hero defensively or using pressy attack. And then all of a sudden you could kind of flip the tables here and jump on Fnatic instead. Oh shit, Envy just walks into the base. No fear, walks into the base and start hitting the tier 3. Ohio jumps in, missing the lasso. And X-Torrent bolt.
Is under attack.
No boat, just X-Torrent. Excalibur has the Aegis, so he doesn't really care. He just walks up the high ground. They're gonna just walk in and just ticks the tier 3. Envy consumes the cheese, and now he's working on the range racks. Range racks might be not worth it. No, Fnatic says that's a free one. We'll take it. Here's the thing, can you make the retreat? Yes, they can. A very good one in that. In fact, I think they want to do a little bit more. Brick Lasso, they can come in, they find the Kunkka. Easy pick off here. Fnatic gonna dump all of the damage in. That's another Kunkka kill. And I think they're gonna go for another set of racks. That's 45 seconds without Kunkka. Kunkka can have buyback. Terrorblade, Metamorphosis is running out. Kunkka does buyback. The question is, will Fnatic back off? Ohio on the left side, giving quite a bit of vision here. All eyes on the LC. Can he find a critical duel? Or will Fnatic just be able to calmly siege? Lee walks forward, threatening a duel. And now Illusion's being sent on the mid lane. Pressures apply from all sides. Cheese is gone. Aegis still intact. There's BKB, and they're going to do some X pushes. Oh, but he's going to get X back. Oh, nice defensive Yules. Alright. Excalibur just got bounced around like a ping pong ball a little bit. And now Ohio comes in, has Shadow Blade finish. Does he want Ice? Does he want Ninja Boogie? I think you want Moon. Moon's gonna get grabbed. Defensive Force Staff's gonna come out. The X a little bit late. Can you burst him down is the question. Aegis gonna get triggered. He's dropping very low. Moon pops a BKB. He's gonna be alive. He walks away. Terrorblade did not have Metamorphosis. Highlight that has a stolen Wukong command. They sunder Ice on the run and just gets Laguna down. Envy's dropping low. He's gonna get duel, and I don't think he has Sunder anymore. Yeah, just use it right now. But His death is not in vain. They trade 1 for 1. Excalibur's gonna drop low. Excalibur is gonna be dead. Mushi leaps forward and trades his life for a kill. Mushi, who tries to take down Pylai Dai, won't be able to do so. Pylai Dai somehow alive throughout all of this fight, bravely keeping his Wukong command up by standing inside of it. 1-0 and 12 is the score so far. Ohio moves forward, sees Shabs. He's got Yule Scepter. He's not using the Yule Scepter. Great buyback from Mushi, connects the arrow. Yule Scepter now is used. They could use them again. Ohio goes and visits. They drop the sentry, and the Firefly runs on the wrong time. He's stuck in the trees. Ohio trapped in the trees constantly this game. Oh no. That was a little clowny.
That should help.
So, even though I guess the fight went okay and Mushi was forced to buy back ultimately to defend that, I'm not really sure if I like that decision from Fnatic to go for the push. Yes, they were really strong then, but they also didn't have Metamorphosis. Remember when the LC just walked out of this fight with BKB turned on? Had Envy had Metamorphosis, that was 100% a kill. So Fnatic felt like they were strong enough to take the high ground, and they were brutally punished. Now we're getting to a stage where the game where the BKBs are getting down to very low timer. Envy's down to 6 seconds. Excalibur's still very fresh, still at 8 seconds. But Envy is nearing max territory as well. I'm expecting Fnatic to farm a little bit more before the next push. Finishes that butterfly up. And if Excalibur now goes back for an armor item like I suggested for the Shiva's Guard. He does die very quickly, as we saw in these team fights. Pretty much if he's ever touched by like a duel or a Diffusal Blade like Boundless Strike, then he just dies. So mid lane Lasso's gonna fly through. Laguna Blade's gonna be there. Nice chain stun from DJ. And they pick up another kill. Mineski's getting very sloppy. Blink Yule's gonna flum through, but here comes a very good Wukong command. Boat's gonna fly through as well. Ohio's gonna get X back. Ohio dropping low. Ohio's gonna be alive, but barely. Envy comes in, sees Ninja Boogie. That's a quick kill. Wukong command will get dropped here. Now they move forward. Pylai Dai. Balance Strike's gonna hit. Blink forward with the L-State. That's gonna hit as well. Ice Ice's gonna get dropped low. Ice Ice goes down. Triple kill on Jackie Mao. And all of a sudden, they could go mid into the bottom lane to take that lane of Rax. Mushi wasn't even in the fight, so he's going to just try his best to push the lane. Alright, Fnatic says, okay, you can push bottom, we'll go top instead. Manta Style's going to get triggered, and this tier 3, oh, they need Frost Armor. Meanwhile, Pylai Dai comes in. They have the lasso on Kunkka as well. Kunkka takes a ton of damage. Jab's going to go down very quickly. Arrow does hit onto Excalibur, though. I think Excalibur is going to be dead even if, yeah, he has so little armor. Looks like Sunder was used. Envy Sunder his teammate, but he dies. I think Excalibur might still die despite the Sunder because he has no armor. Oh no. I mean, it's one thing to back up your teammates, you know, with relatively safe plays. It's another to Sunder and Alina with no armor. He's got 16 armor, which sounds like a lot, but it really isn't a lot. Against, what, almost 300 physical damage from Mushi? Jesus Christ. Alright, that might be some 3-2-2 Sunder. Mushi going for the triple arrow talent. I've been seeing a lot of ferocious debate whether triple arrow or... Oh, by the way, gem pickup here. Whether triple arrow or leap attack speed is the way to go, but it seems like the people are saying it's gonna be the triple arrow. Ninja Boogie moving forward. He's got to be very careful. He's holding the gem right now. And his teammates are not all closely nearby. My phone just turned on by itself.
Illusion.
And Siri is... Okay. Alright, Sirius is going ham. Anyways. Right, Fnatic smoked up here. This is right before the Roshan will spawn. So this fight will determine, I don't want to say exactly how the game will develop, but if Mineski could win this fight, they're back in the game. Mushi Does he have buyback? No, well, he does not buyback gold or the timer, so he's got to be very careful. He's sitting in the front line with Lincolns and BKB. Has a lot of damage talent to actually back him up, rather that plus 50 damage talent. Tying him through. Moonlight Shadow's gonna get used. That is an illusion. They won't focus on it. Pylai dies in the front line. Oh god, Pylai die. Please don't die. He blinks away. The duel goes on Envy. Envy did not activate his BKB, and Envy will immediately die in the beginning of the fight. And now on the secondary half of the fight, it's gonna be Ohio flying away. Are they gonna jump on him? Yes, they will. They have vision on him. He forced staff away. Blink dagger, 1 second. He canceled the blink. Moon is still hot on his trail. Still hot on his trail. Ohio is gonna go down. That's gonna be 2 kills. And Roshan is alive, so Mineski needs to finish the job. They need to actually get the Rosh. And once they get the Rosh on either LC or Marana, I think they're right back in this game. Well, maybe not. Like, they're still down 1 Rax, but right back in the game in the sense that they could actually take a fight. Take the next fight. And now Batrider buys back. Envy has buyback as well. Smoke's gonna get broken immediately. Jab's gonna get, ooh, nice pressing attack, and now buyback from Terrorblade. Oh, the bounce back! What a flame break from Ohio, pushing him up on the high ground, but where's the damage? Here comes Eternal Envy with the right click. First, it's gonna be the Monkey King getting focused. Monkey King dies, but does tank quite a bit. Meanwhile, the Chain Frost's gonna fly out. The Chain Frost doing so much damage. Envy, use Cinderace. Cinderace flies out. It gets a little bit of HP back, but it's not gonna be enough. Envy barely survived. He's gonna be fine. Jab moves forward, trying to kill him with Torrent. Not gonna be able to do it. Meanwhile, X back here on DJ, not gonna be able to connect that Torrent either. Jabs kills the Terrorblade illusion, but will go down. Long range arrow flies, hit 2 target out of the 3, but they don't get the big daddy Roshan, which is the key grab for Mineski. Now 10k net worth lead after double buybacks use. Envy's gonna pop the Mask of Madness and will join back at the Roshan. They need to give the Aegis and Cheese. Well, you definitely give Aegis, I think, to Envy now because he does not buyback. And Mineski has shown that they could duel and kill him very effectively. Or will they give the Aegis to Excalibur? That's the question. Excalibur's out of inventory slots, so maybe you give it to Envy. Envy could probably drop like a Talisman or something. Yeah, it looks like he is making a slot for that Aegis. Okay, so even though they had to use double buybacks with them getting that Aegis, I think Fnatic reclaims the fact that they are in the lead and they should be able to push high ground, but the net worth definitely taking a big hit here. And I think if you're Fnatic, you probably try to finish that butterfly. Although Envy doesn't really have room to farm that butterfly. If he pushes now without the butterfly, then it's like a really awkward timing for them. I think they would definitely want to wait for the butterfly, but I don't think they have enough time to farm it. Moving on the left side, they see Excalibur. Excalibur, he doesn't have the Lincolns. Link Duel's gonna fly out. Where's the team? Nobody's nearby. Excalibur is gonna die. Chain Frost flies out. Ohio blinks in and says, see ya, I don't want to have any part of this. That was huge miscommunication from Fnatic. Delino was standing there by himself and his teammates were like all over here. Alright, that was pretty bad by Fnatic. Well, I guess Fnatic wasn't really ready to push because I think they definitely want the finished butterfly. For a second, I was checking where is Envy's quarterstaff, but I forgot. Well, of course you could. There's a quarterstaff in the Mask of Madness, and you will disassemble that one to finish the item. Looks like Fnatic wants to smoke out without Lina. Lina's all of their burst damage. Ooh, are they gonna do a smoke wraparound defense? That might be the case here. In fact, Mineski, are they thinking about pushing a little bit? Marana does have BOTs and can join the fight. Despite a 10k net worth lead for Fnatic, I don't think they're that ahead. And you gotta keep in mind they're up with racks. Right now, Mineski is fighting extremely well, despite of all of that. Batrider buys double tome. Looks like, I think he's trying to get to that 25 for the plus a second of the Firefly duration. Which is really, really good for high ground defense. Just laying that fire out to burn the creep wave. Ice, ice, ice. If I told him that he spikes, walked up the hill, DJ, do they have vision is the question. He blinks in and he just misses on the left side. They found the duel. That's going to be on Lina again. Death for 88 seconds. Torrent's gonna find jabs. Oh no, that's actually Highlight Dice Torrent, excuse me. And they'll
Dire's
back it
bottom
up.
tower is under attack.
That's another pick. No buyback for 70 seconds. Mineski could get Raxus here. It's gonna be a 5v4. In terms of the ultimate cooldowns, Moon doesn't have his duel, but I don't think they'll really need that one. Envy walks up on the front line, drops the reflection, looking to defend. Ohio, Firefly down for no, Firefly's back up, so he could look for a lasso drag. But back in the mid lane, too much pressure. And Mineski, you gotta be careful porting out. DJ looking for that blink duels. Does he have vision on anybody? He does not. Scan's gonna try to clip one on the right side. Not gonna find anybody. All Fnatic could get is just a couple of D wards.
Arms for the dead.
And once again, Fnatic players out of position. Now I think it's easy to point finger and be like, oh, Excalibur's getting caught again. But I think when you're this late in the game, 50 minutes late, it's more about your team, right? Because when you say, okay, I'm gonna farm this lane, you tell your team, hey, I'm gonna farm here. And if your team says, guys, it's not safe to farm there, you don't farm there. So I think it's more of a team decision. And right now Fnatic is, well, getting punished as their core is getting caught out multiple times. Oh, Pieliedie hasn't get caught at all. Pieliedie is 1-0 and 16 as a 5 position support. He's actually going for Lincoln Sphere. That's hilarious. Probably not even for himself. You want to pop it for like Envy or Excalibur. Meanwhile, I mentioned that Jabs was working on a Greaves like, I don't know, 25 minutes ago. Looks like he's got the goal to finish it now, but saving for buyback. There's really no crazy spell that the Greaves will purge off. For example, like like Global Silence, for example. So I wonder why he went for Greaves instead of, another supportive item. But let me tell you, the armor will definitely be helpful. I kind of had a different picture in mind when I thought about Lina in this game. I thought that once she got into this stage of the game, she's going to be a huge asset for the game, but right now she's really just a liability. Her survivability has been insanely low. This guy has 2 Bloodstone charges. He's just terrible. Kunkka, by the way, has a gem, so gotta be careful, Fnatic. Using Torrent to give vision, but don't feel safe enough to right-click it. There you go. Ninja Boogie's gonna come in and clean up the ward. 51 minute, guys. 49 kills. So at least we got almost a minute a kill. Definitely a lot of exciting team fights. And no clear advantage yet. I mean, of course, Fnatic leading by 10k. And they're up a racks, but as we've seen just now that if Mineski get a good pick, Mineski can't go up the high ground and start damaging the tier 3. Speaking of which, looks like it's still relatively healthy. And Mushi, instead of going for a butterfly, goes for MKB, obviously because of the finished butterfly of Envy. He'll probably go back for a butterfly here. Does he have slots? Maybe we'll drop the dragon lines for the butterfly. Fnatic playing us slow. Next Roshan back in a couple of minutes, and Mushi, now number 1 in terms of net worth, has been farming exceptionally well this game. Keep in mind that he did have to buy back once as well, so definitely lost 1,000 or 2 gold from there. It seems like both teams are just really scared. I mean, look at the Radiant's vision. They have nothing on the minimap. Look at the Dire vision. They also have nothing on the minimap. But they're upper racks, so the mid lane is more shoved in. And they also have Terrorblade illusions that could safely scout. So Fnatic technically is working with a little bit more vision advantage. But it seems like both team is recognizing how quickly the game could swing. If they lose kind of one fight. If one person gets out of position, then you're losing some buildings. Roshan not back up yet. Both teams are just kind of itemizing for the ultra late game. We get the lasso here from Batrider, or rather the Axe Scepter upgrade. That allows you to pull 2 targets if they're close by enough. So Ohio, if he could somehow thread the needle and pull both Elsie and Kunkka, that will be the most hype play of this game. Looks like he's working toward Refresh Orb as well. Jeez. Does he even have that much mana to support all of that? I don't know. I don't think so. Pi finishing that Lincoln Sphere, or at least trying to. He's actually relatively close. Excalibur's been working on this the Shiva's Guard for like the past 20 minutes, I want to say. Man's been dying.
Coin of the realm.
Envy working towards a heart. Okay. Evidently more worried about physical burst damage, or just more burst damage in general.
The prize is mine.
I guess you just want to get off a Sunder in good time. Plus 15 all stats instead of this Sunder cooldown. The Sunder cooldown is generally very unreliable because they'll just like focus you and chain you to death. Even Ninja Boogie is almost getting into that, you know, level 25 action. Doesn't go for the plus 150 damage. That's a trap, guys. If you're playing support, that 150 GPM talent, it's actually a big deal. Like, you could get an item out of that in the late game. Which he is working towards a Rod of Atos. And now Fnatic. Looks like they're thinking about high grounding.
Radiant are scanning.
That's a bold move. They know that Roche is alive. Are they trying to shove the lane in? Take the tier 3? No, tier 3 barely survives. And they're gonna just rush towards the Roche. Yep, that's exactly gonna be the case. MV is gonna pop more illusions here to just make sure that Mineski stays here for that extra little bit longer. Now Mineski smoke up. They'll show Mushi bottom because he has BOT2 now, so he can port on top of his allies. And Fnatic immediately knows something is up. Too many heroes are off the map. Too dangerous for the Roshan. Ooh. Excalibur. Star Sense is good. Because Moon definitely had his number on speed dial. Looks like Mushi no interest in switching items just yet. Triple arrow's gonna fly through. And I think they just saw, like, they know Envy's Metamorphosis is gonna run out soon. So once the Metamorphosis runs out, I think Mineski can take a team fight. And I don't think Fnatic could actually take one on their own. There's no way they could win a fight without Metamorphosis. They just don't have enough damage. They might just have to give up the Roche. And the question is, will Mineski be ballsy enough to do it? And Mushi says, go team go. No meta. And here we go, Fnatic. They don't want to give up the Aegis, but they are also not strong enough to fight. This is a really big issue here for Fnatic. Nice push out. Mushi now out of the pit. And they're doing a good job delaying this, but will delaying be enough? Mushi now back into the pit. They're doing a lot of damage here. They're going to drop the Wukong command as well. Ohio, he needs Flame Break. He needs to push them back out. Stolen press the attack. Blinking and DJ looking for the big CL Aegis. It's going to get claimed by the Monkey King. Envy's going to go for a quick assassinate. Arrow's going to hit on Envy. Are they going to fight this? Press the attack's going to take it off. It's going to be retreat. Ohio jumps forward. Looks for a pick. Mushi's over the cover of the Moonlight Shadow. He should be fine. And he walks it off. Wait. They see him. They're going to get for Envy. Blink duel. Envy's going to be dead instantly. He's going to be dead for 100 seconds. No point of buyback. He doesn't have Metamorphosis. Ohio's going to get caught out as well. Fnatic thought they were chasing, but the good old fake back by Mineski and gave him the Regoose. Mineski. Alright. So they claim Aegis on Ice. He still has it. And they kill Envy one more time. They did lose the tier 3 bottom, but that's pretty whatever. The tier 3 was down to like 10 HP. Alright, I gotta remind you guys, Fnatic took a lane of racks like 30 minutes in the game. And they're losing right now. I mean, they're up 10k, but I think this is actually not really indicative of how this game goes. Look at Monkey King's inventory. I've never seen an inventory like this. Refresher orb for double Wukong's command. Oop, sorry for missing that kill, but looks like they were able to catch Excalibur with a little bit of blink impale action. That's a huge pick. Because Mirana definitely doesn't want to buy back for this.
For the effort.
Radiant are scanning.
Holy shit. Lumi getting old, man. 2010 Lumi would solo cast for like 2 hours and be like, guys, we're just getting started. 2017 Lumi cast for an hour. It's like, shit, guys, I need to drink water. I'm dying. Holy shit. What the hell is Nyx doing? Nyx is just like walked into the base, drops a ward and blinks out. They saw it. They saw it. Dude, he doesn't even have a teleport scroll. Yo, this is hell of a throw play, dude. DJ. They could scan him too, right? Do they have scan? Alright, looks like scan on cooldown. You know the crazy thing is that like, oh, Mineski's like, there's no way he's here anymore, right? Oh, yo, this courier. Okay. For a second, I thought that was Monkey King, but it was not. Just actual courier check. Alright, Fnatic says, let's go for the high ground. And this is them pushing up a high ground against Aegis. Possibly double Wukong command. Raxus is open, so Envy, I think he should focus on the range one first. Nope. Just pushing for map control. GoGraph has really flatlined for like the last 10 minutes. DJ. Gotta be careful. Lasso, they got one, and now Blink Impale. That's gonna head on to great play by DJ so far. Envy in the front line. His BKB is running out. In fact, it will run out right now. Force out. Chain Frost doing a lot of work, bouncing between the two cores. It's doing so much damage. Envy dropping low. He goes down. Oh no, this is a disastrous Chain Frost for Mineski. Or rather for Fnatic, excuse me. Great Chain Frost. Envy doesn't want to buy back, and that was after them initiating on the LC. They couldn't kill the LC because LC is tanky as hell. Got the evasion from Halberd, got the armor from AC, and Armlet BKB keeping him alive. They did get the Kunkka kill, but whatever. It's a position for Kunkka with the mech. And now Mineski, with Envy dead for 70, they could force out his buyback by going down mid, and I think they should do that. Just go down mid. It's up to some good ratting and split push from Fnatic. They need to do whatever they can to draw them away from the Raxus. Excalibur does the only thing that he can do, which is shove out the lane and hopefully bait a hero or two back. It's gonna be some X defense, or they're gonna X him up. No X. Ooh, it's gonna just be a pick attempt. Excalibur. Both player playing chickens. Moon's not gonna show himself.
Radiant's bottom barracks
Rax is
are
being
under
hit,
attack.
and he's not gonna show himself
Dire's middle tower
until
is under
Excalibur
attack.
shows up. Excalibur.
Dire's structures
Oh. Trap car activated on the right side. Moon just walks in, but the blink was so off. Oh no, back in the front side. Looks like Aegis has been triggered on Ice, but he's gonna get caught out. He's gonna also go down. The clown fiesta that is this game continues. Buyback was not necessary. Tier 3 is kept alive. And everybody back to farming, I guess. Okay. Man, he overshot his blink by way too much. I think if he gotten off the duel, that would have been huge.
Radiant are scanning.
Lasso is gonna find. Ooh, they missed the impale. Well, wouldn't have mattered. Oh no, they did hit the impale, but yeah, press the attack to set off. Steals press the attack. Nope, that's just overwhelming odd. They have Yules? No Yules. No, the Yules does hit. And now it's going to be BKB. Lasso's going to hit on the BKB target. They have the arrow on Ohio. Ohio's going to be dead. Impale does connect on Moon. Moon dropping low. They lift him up. They toss him back. He's very, very tanky. Out of mana at this point. They use him up again. Impale set up. LSA is going to be set up. And Moon goes down. He does have buyback. Pylai Dai is still alive, by the way. Or hasn't died yet, rather. 2-0 and 9 freaking teen. That's impressive. Looks like he gave up on his Lincolns. Well, he didn't give up, but decided to go for Force Staff and Yules first. And then now going back for a really late game Lincolns. I hope he's not trying to save for buyback. His Pylai Dai. I don't know why people call him Die, because so far he is playing like a god. Yep, very good pressure from Fnatic. And Envy, I think he's like camping for runes. Double damage. There's a DD top. And you could bet your sweet butt that Envy will check it. Because he's a nerd. He's all about like, oh yeah, I gotta see what rune it is. That's a DD, dude. And he has the Invis rune too. Like, he just like walk up to a building and start hitting it if he wants. Will he do that is the question. Do they see him or something? Mushi. Gonna shove the lane. Alright, he's saying team, go throw yourself at the bottom. And he's gonna just walk past and just hit the Raxus. It's gonna be 2 half of a team fight. On the bottom, it's gonna be Lina popping the BKB running away. On the top, Envy ratting it up on the tier 3s, on the Raxus. Rax number 1 will go down. And on the bottom, how's the team fight going? Fnatic is just baiting them, throwing them a loop-de-loop. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, you do be a nerd 60 minutes in the game and you do check double runes. Because Envy checked with the Invis, got a double damage, and just walked in and just took a Rax. The power of anime. Good job, Jackie. That was some good shit. So now, they should get themselves quite a bit of gold, and the gold graph should reflect. That was really well played. So, Envy pinged the teams like, go up the high ground, pop BKB, hit buildings. You know, force a reaction out of Mineski. And of course, from Mineski's perspective, when you see like Lina walking up the high ground like that, you gotta go for her. You gotta make a response, you know. Oh, that thought's gonna be blinking in here. Oh no! Blink to the low ground. Triple arrow flies in. All misses. And Fnatic gets to walk away. Here's the crazy thing. This might be one of those games where even if Mineski gets mega creep against them, they might be able to hold. Maybe not, actually. Like, Mirana's good against mega creeps because she's so farmed. But you can see, like, even against these relatively big creeps, it's not like she instantly kills it.
That should help.
You need to hit it for a while. Huh, interesting that Mushi finishes the pike. And I think he has to sell the pike now, right? Yeah, he sells it. Because he had the Dragon Lance for the longest time. But
are scanning.
upgrades it and then sells it. Of course, Mushi still has Moonshard room to grow if he wants to buy Moonshard. Terrorblade has already bought his Moonshard. But Terrorblade could like swap things, like change the Fuso for Scotty, for example. In terms of heroes going bootless, I don't think Terrorblade could go bootless. Keep in mind that once you go into Metamorphosis, you do lose movement speed. You lose 30 movement speed. So, and of course, Terrorblade, you want to spend most of that time, most of the fight, you know, under Metamorphosis as well. So, I don't think he could drop BOT if he needs an extra slot. I think this is pretty much it. He might be able to swap that out for Scotty, but that's it. Alright, Moonshard now purchased on Mirana. Checking out on his attack speed. 453, pretty decent. And on Terrorblade, 435, so relatively similar. And now, Yule Scepter picks him up. Pylai Dai says, oh, 4-man gank? Next time take 5, dude. Aegis and Cheese. Looks like he's gonna drop Heart for the Aegis. Makes sense. Alright. That should be Excalibur's rune. Looks like a fight breaks out here. And now arrow, triple arrow hits on DJ. DJ gonna be the first casualty of war, and Fnatic is gonna try to run away with this. Guys, we're 70 minutes in, and I mean, Fnatic's up 2 Raxes. They have Aegis and Cheese, but at the same time, I'm not sure whether they can push high ground. In fact, I think if a teamfight breaks out, I think it's Radiant that's stronger right now. Which is crazy, because normally Terrorblade and Lina getting to this stage of the game should be kings, but Envy's been caught out multiple times by the duel and he just dies. And, you know, Lina's road to 0 Bloodstone. In fact, sells the Bloodstone. You can rebuy it later, I guess, if you want. But that's now Daedalus, Shiva's, BOT2, BKB, Blink, and Hex. That is a hell of an inventory, dude. Speaking of an inventory, this has got to be my first time seeing this inventory on Monkey King as well. So far, it's been working well. Oh, Pylite Die says, dude, I am immortal. You must think I'm Jackie Mao, dude. I don't get ganked like this. 0-19, he's fine. On the left side of teamfight is gonna start things up. They grab 2! They grab 2, but where's the follow? Envy's not in the fight. They hex him up. Jab's gonna be dead. They lift up another. It's gonna be Ice this time. It looks like they are dispersing. They're thinking that there is some help. He pops a refresh, pops a BKB, pops a Wukong command. They're gonna just right-click him from outside. He's trying to walk out that Wukong command. They push him a little bit. The Flamebake DOT is it gonna take him down? No! He's got a lot of regen from that refresh orb. In fact, 26 HP regen, and he barely survives thanks to the Moonlight Shadow. Holy shit, that was close. And he ports home. Where was Envy during that fight? That was a hell of a grab from Ohio. But now Kunkka dead for 50 seconds. Will Mineski be able to defend without Kunkka? Kunkka has been instrumental so far in terms of initiating, counter-initiating, throwing that bolt. Crucial bolt. And now Ohio looking for the initiate. Can grab the Monkey King. Or can grab Mushi. Oh, jump right on top. It's going to be lasso onto the Monkey King, but the long rod of Atos. Blink Impale's going to come through. The Blink Duel on Envy. Envy's got the Aegis. No, Aegis has been triggered. Envy's going to go down. Mushi leaps forward. Looks for Excalibur. Excalibur is dead. They see Ohio. Where's the detection? Oh, Ninja Boogie is slow, but the long rod of Atos, they find him. And that is going to be another kill. Arrow, ooh, cancels the TP to blink away from the arrow, but there is no running from this one. Ohio is going to go down. That is a double kill from Mushi. Mushi will teleport to the top lane to defend the base. He will not lose any more buildings. Mineski wins yet another critical team fight. So I guess Envy was in this fight. His Aegis did get triggered, or maybe it timed out. Sorry, I wasn't really keeping track. There's just way too many crazy things going in this team fight. And Mineski hold. They hold a very critical push. DJ. Ooh, they see the courier. High gets the courier kill. Nicely done. Has buyback and Lincoln's if he wants it, I think. DJ trying to set up the kill, but there's nobody nearby. In terms of BOT2s, Mushi just leaps away. Mushi has a double damage. Oh god, guys. And now it's Moon just hitting the tier 3, trying to force out this triple buyback. 3 cores are dead on Fnatic, by the way. Yeah, here comes Mineski. They're gonna start getting some Raxes. Fnatic says, give him the mid-Rax. It doesn't matter. Will Mineski go for triple Raxes, or are they going for triple Raxes? Mushi leaps forward, giving a little bit of attack speed to the team. Buyback number 1's gonna come out. They're gonna lose 2 lane of Rax. The Mushi double damage is doing so much work. Pylite gets his Lincoln broken. They got the X cancelled, and now they all back it up. It's gonna be blinking forward. Lasso finds one, but what a torrent! The torrent on Jabs doesn't get dragged back because of it. It doesn't matter. The Chain Frost though slowing them down. 1 TP out Ninja Boogie, a 2nd TP out here, I believe from Mushi. Everybody cleanly retreats except Jabs. And now, what used to be over, what, 12k, 13k net worth lead, we're down to 2. We're down to a 2k lead. This goal graph going up insane. Again, checking runes. Late in the game, Mushi finds his own double damage and went to work. And he has a refresh orb. For God knows what. I guess refreshing a BKB might be important here. Because none of his spells are that low cooldown. Meanwhile, on the right side, it's going to be Blink Jewel. He only found the illusion. Now Envy pops the Metamorphosis, but just has to run under Wukong command. And now the BKB ends. They see Mushi, but Mushi's very, very tanky. He has to run away, though, from Eternal Envy. A second Wukong command is dropped. This team fight's all over the place here. They have the X on DJ. DJ, though, might get hit by the bolt. Ooh, they lasso. That's a 2-man lasso. Envy now applying that damage. They hex one up. The arrow hits on the Lina. Lina's gonna immediately get blown up. Moon walks away. Moon's gonna be tanky enough. Good flame break, pushing him back. But Envy, nice horn. He cannot get off the Sunder. He needs to buy back as well. All the buyback has been triggered. Excalibur buys back. Excalibur dies back. Excalibur's out of the fight for 2 minutes. Oh my God, Mineski could just do it here. Fnatic. Holy shit. Envy also does have Metamorphosis. This is looking hella bad right now. He's gonna go for a Satanic. I mean, it's good on paper, but he's getting chainsawn so hard. Highlight Eye, trying to keep the waves push, but this is looking like super dangerous for Fnatic. Fnatic will pop the smoke, and will this be one of the greatest comeback in a long while? Mineski just gonna go for the tier 3. Linken's are gonna get broken. Mushi in the front line has BKB refresher in the backpack. Linken's are getting broken left and right here. Arrow not gonna hit on anything, and now Lasso's gonna come through. It's gonna be on Mushi. Can they burn him down? Double force that back, and now Wukong command. No Wukong command. Moon walks in. The duel is gonna miss as well. Chain Frost doing quite a bit of work. Envy's dropping very low. Needs to go back in the base, and now tier 4s are being sieged. Mushi taking it down very quickly. Triple arrows gonna fly through. Mushi's dropping extremely low. Mushi needs to go home now. He has no regen, and now Mushi's gonna go down to Pi Life fucking die. He buys back, and Mushi will jump back into this fight. It's gonna be, oh, Ice doing quite a bit of work here. He does have the Wukong command. The mana burn though takes away a mana, and now Mushi leaps in, pops a BKB. The man fight, I think he's actually losing the man fight. Mushi needs to walk back out, and they will lose Ice. Fnatic jumps forward. It's gonna be Mushi getting caught. Mushi just bought back. Mushi can't die. Mushi dies back here. Mineski now loses Terracore. Ohio's dropping low. Moon going for the kill here. On the left side, it's gonna be Ice buying back, and so is Ninja Boogie buying back. Mineski will lose one more. Moon, does he have buyback? He does not. Uh-oh, and now we are going the other direction. Fnatic has 2 lanes push. They could just go back bottom because they have to creep momentum here as well. And Envy will just probably BOTs in. Holy hell. Alright, do we want to check runes? Oh, fuck, there's a double damage. Did they see it? They saw it. Envy's walking for the double damage. There's a haste rune on Pylai Die. Are they going to give it to... No. Okay, they're going to give it to Terrorblade. Terrorblade could just BOT in if they want. They need creeps in the base though. But top and mid are pushing in. They see Ohio. That's a question. Smoked up. Smoke's going to break. They see the Lich. They see Jabs. Who do they want? Blink, Dual Scepter, Ohio on the left side. Do they want Ice? Ice gonna pop the Wukong command. Envy will back out of it. And now Lasso, they drag Jabs away from the shrine. He's taking quite a bit of damage, and Laguna will take him dead for 100 seconds. Envy pops the BKB. Is he going for the tier 4? No, he's going for the Raxus. And Wukong command getting completely ignored right now. Ice getting hexed up. This might be beginning of the end. Envy lays in with the damage. They will take down the Raxus. They will take down the Monkey King, and GG being forced out. Fnatic dodges the throw order. Holy shit, this game was absolutely crazy. Everybody dying, getting caught out, not having buyback, but they're all having buyback. What a hell of a game. What a hell of a game. Alright, we'll quickly check out on the scoreboard. 50k damage from Mushi. Basically doing the full brunt of his team's damage. Meanwhile, it looks like Lina and, well, shit, Batrider, 43k. Surprisingly, Eternal Envy does the fewest hero damage, or the least hero damage. But I guess he's, like, putting most of his damage, like, over here. He's more of a building hitter instead of a hero hitter. But, man, that... Okay, my MVP, my man Pylai Die, 4-0 and 27? That is just impressive. I don't think I've ever seen an 80-minute game. This is an 80-minute game, right? Yeah, like 76. 76-minute game where a position 5 player does not die a single time. Is it like, you know, there's a Milk Award for dying 0 to 20? Can I dub this the Pylai Die Award for not dying as a position 5 over an hour-long game? GG, well played. Hope you guys enjoyed that cast. Let me know what teams you want to see, and I'll be sure to deliver that commentary. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.